saw when I was fucking driving away from my podcast this morning was people picketing outside of Netflix. And I had heard a little bit about like potentially people executing like a walkout or something. Part of the reason why they were part of the reason why they were doing a walkout was because like a trans employee was fired for speaking out against Dave Chappelle, speaking out against the company, but then also they said that they claimed that the person actually leaked, private information. Let's be real. That's just how it fucking works. They can use anything and everything to just be like,
congrats on the new house. While we all like to make fun of you for this is a huge accomplishment.
They will, did they leak it though? Yeah. Or is it not true? I mean, according to the coverage that we watched, or read on the fucking broadcast, it's inconclusive that the person actually leaked anything and even was worried about potential information being leaked and was only sharing it internally. Brian Goodman 2000, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. So it doesn't matter. Even then, I think it's still bullshit to fucking like, fire someone over that regardless, especially when like, especially when the person is organizing a fucking walkout for trans employees and is a trans person themselves, right? Like the company suspects they leaked metrics about the Dave Chappelle special to the press. So like Dave Chappelle's special unironically talked about how, you don't want to fuck people over. You don't want to take their money away from them. And then the only person that actually was canceled, like quite literally fucking canceled, was the person speaking out against the company. Wow.
Where did you get that?
Shocked. Shocking, dude. That's so crazy. That's so wild to me that the only person that was fucking canceled from this Dave Chappelle situation was unironically an employee themselves. Okay.
Wow,
that's
12 months.
That's so weird how that works. How many times have I told you it's not the wealthy, famous celebrities that get fucking quote unquote canceled, even though they talk about it endlessly. It's the everyday fucking workers. Okay. That's how this works. Everyday workers, you as an everyday regular old fucking worker have no power whatsoever. You just have zero power. And this goes to show that's precisely what happens all the fucking time. And the irony is that like there are people, at least from what I saw as I was driving by, there were fucking people there with like, we love Dave signs. So they were there to counter protest the employee walkout. And I find that to be rather strange. Okay.
HasanAbi 10
that's
months.
Fucking nuts.
How time flies. As always.
Like that's actually so cucked.
Palestinian territories.
That is so insanely fucking cucked.
I've managed to avoid the ban hammer for a whole year, poggers.
To just like literally take time out of your fucking day to go picket Netflix to show them that like the guy that they're defending, who they've given like nearly $100 million to over the course of like 6 fucking what do you call it? Over the course of like 4 or was it 6 stand-up specials? That guy, that needs like their defense, 6 specials, nearly $100 million. And that guy needs a defense of you fucking idiot. Take time off your regular work day to go and fucking defend Dave Chappelle. Like outside of the place where like there are literal fucking employees being like, yo, this shit sucks. Like we're actually employees of this company. This fucking sucks. It's, you know what this is like? It's like if there was a fucking, if there was like a John Deere strike going on, let's say, and farmers got together and were like, sorry, brother, you guys need to go back to work and work for $19 an hour as a professional welder working for 15 fucking years at the company because I need my tractor. I love the tractors. I love them. It's like, what are you doing? Like, the fuck's wrong with you, dumbass? Go back to your house. Get the fuck away from here. Like, ew.
Who will be the first publicly executed chatter in the new capitalist public square?
It's all want to be comics. They all work at restaurants later. It's just so strange. Isn't this Netflix stuff just trying to adopt the aesthetics of labor action without any of the teeth, like culture war that looks like class war? First and foremost, you absolutely can use labor action not just to like materially benefit yourself, but to, you know, stop perceived slights against other workers. Like labor action in the past and walkouts and things like that have worked for women in the workplace. You know what I mean? You could organize in the workplace to like combat sexual assault, things like that. Grateful buddy, thank you for the 25 tier 1 gifted subs. It doesn't always have to be for fucking benefits, okay? Like, that's not how this works. Yeah, but farmers wouldn't do that given that John Deere doesn't even let them own their equipment. No, I know farmers aren't like super fond of John Deere regardless because, you know, the right to repair laws are fucking dog shit and they charge you like a licensing fee for the tractor that you already fucking paid for. The Chappelle news is exhausting. It's white upper class people crying. Let's keep it real. If you are protesting the Chappelle special, even in solidarity, you're not winning the minimum wage, and mainstream media is covering this instead of really important labor strike is disgusting. Cover both at least. I mean, I'm sure you're not referencing me because I'm literally talking about the other strikes on a daily basis every single fucking day.
Congrats
so
from Ireland.
You must not be referencing myself here, my friend, because that would be completely psychotic. Having said that, though, wait, hold on. This like the Netflix employees being like, yo, this fucking sucks, you know, this is like we're putting out this product is like unironically harming us. That's fucking bullshit. And it's understandable. Understandable that they feel that way. Like, have you ever had a job? I mean, considering the fact that I'm currently doing mine and you're watching me, yes. But even before that, I've had a more traditional job as well.
1 whole year of being a hopeless simp. Wow, he heart you, King Hassel.
Anyway, friend back in Iowa shared this the other day. Buy American, it won't be stuck on a ship. Might be stuck in Moline,
when is chat
Illinois over a strike, but it isn't on a ship. Yeah.
Mirror Hasan equals evil Hasan.
Anyway, regardless, like, the reason why there's like an employee walkout is
HasanAbi Piker.
I suspect the reason why there's an employee walkout wasn't necessarily just because of the special itself, but the way that the company treated the employees in the aftermath of the special by like literally fucking firing one of the organizers that spoke out against the special. So
proud of you.
That's insane. You can't fucking do that. Obviously, other workers showing solidarity to that is not a bad thing. That is how this works. You're really gonna sit here and fucking tell me that because you like Dave Chappelle so much that, like, you know, new Habibis? Who is this? Hello, Habibis. I'm covering the Netflix walkout.
You are infinitely entitled to the deed of your own apartment.
Hello, Habibis.
There's a turf or some fucking bigot. I love this guy, dude. Who the fuck is this guy left? It's like,
looking forward for guest streams with this setup.
I love the seasoning on this. There's a turf or some fucking other bigot here on the corner. Netflix don't cancel free speech. Oh my god, dude. These are the Dave Chappelle defenders, bro. This is Team Turf. This is what Team Turf looks like. This is what I'm saying. It's like, how are you going to be a fucking comic and be like, these are the people that I side with on this issue? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, imagine fucking finding trans people to be such a fucking nuisance. They're so weird that you literally are like, these ladies are the ones I'm going to be fucking aligning myself with. Oh my Lord. This person physically is incapable of laughter. You understand? Like that person has never laughed, okay? Last time Bertha laughed was in fucking 1948, okay? That's it. Bertha hasn't laughed since then, okay? There's cobwebs in her fucking cheeks. You fucking kidding me, dude? These are like the literal fucking rad libs that like absolutely lose their shit.
Learn about us, see us, understand us.
There's an interview with one of the protesters here. I'll have to quote tweet her name later. Sorry. So we'll look at this. I'm not gonna look at the Austin Ox house meme yet. Okay, I'll look at it after. I'm sorry. I wanna cover this. I wanna cover this walkout.
Drink your water, kids.
And see what's up with it. You know. Also, it's official. I just want to point out, Elon Musk is more of a socialist than myself. One,
get producer Michael for the Turpog. Happy for the new journey too.
One, because Elon Musk said he's a socialist. Okay. Two, he misunderstands socialism, and that's a really important part of being an online socialist. Okay. You need to recognize that like a big part of being a socialist on the internet is like completely having opinions that are diametrically opposed to it and only hyper focusing on the aesthetics. And lastly, three, the most important part of being a socialist, selling almost all physical possessions, will own no house. Socialism means no house. I did not know that this tweet existed. I only now recently found out.
And help everyone peepo baba.
Elon Musk, clearly a socialist, all the way back in May 1st, on May Day, doing this on May Day. Another, I wonder if he recognizes the irony of this, but.
Nice house. It's a little small though.
Anyway.
6 months in the
last summer you said Black Lives Matter, and today you're shitting on Dave Chappelle even though the top of the hour ad break is right around the corner. Fuck you. You robbed me of my joy. How dare you? How dare you take this one thing away from me? I was gonna lay up a fat segue here, and you just fucking took that away. The first one of the day too. Here, by the way, I'm fucking tweeting this out again. I'm blasting this on the timeline. Go retweet it to, inform the folks that I'm live. But how dare you, dude? Yeah, it's the fucking top of the hour, you son of a bitch. As Chatter pointed out, it's top of the hour. And this is the Capitalism Podcast. Okay, this is the Capitalism Broadcast. Welcome. I'm doing capitalism here. Capitalism means having a contractual obligation to run a fucking 60-second ad break. Lowest ad density on the platform among like the top content creators. But hey, what are you going to do? But if you no longer want to see those ads, if you're like, yo, fuck that, I don't want to watch this ad. Well, there's something you can do. And that something is called subscribing. You can subscribe for $5. But if you don't want to subscribe for $5, you can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. That's right. You can use your Twitch Prime here on your favorite streamer, broadcaster, whatever. That way you get to avoid the ads. You have an ad-free broadcasting experience.
Poggy woggy loggy.
This was during his I'm actually a socialist phase. He was definitely doing the leftism no house meme. I mean, this, by every metric that is important and to online aesthetics-focused supposed hammersickle lefties, Elon Musk is a lefty, okay? That's right. It's official. Especially according to the neoliberals who fucking constantly tell me, like, that I'm fake and a grifter or whatever. Anyway, here's the ad break now. Also, thank you for the 5 Get the Subs, episode 0. And Captain Cosmodor as well.
1 year, Pog.
You're in this? I've been mowing the concrete around the pool for 2 hours while the pool boy keeps rambling about you fucking chat's months. Mom, please help me chat. Congrats on the new house, Hasan. Hasan's gardener. You deserve it. Thanks, Hasan's gardener. Okay. For the record, removing the special is not even on the list of demands, from what I understand. Netflix trans employees and allies are releasing a list of demands ahead of the walkout. Taking down the Dave Chappelle special isn't even one of them. So the people that are there to counter protest the walkout, the people that are there are unironically there defending an action that isn't even a demand. Okay? Trans employee resource group at Netflix has released this list of demands in the company ahead of Wednesday's walkout. We want the company to adopt measures in the areas of content investment, employee relations, and safety and harm reduction, all of which are necessary to avoid future instances of platforming transphobia and hate speech, employees wrote in a press release which was not yet been made public but was supplied to The Verge.
New house for our
Here's the full letter. Content investment. Create a new fund to specifically develop trans and non-binary talent. This fund should support both the above-the-line and below-the-line talent. This fund should exist in addition to existing creative equity fund. Increased investment in trans and non-binary content on Netflix comparable to our total investment in transphobic content. Uh-oh. That's not going to happen. Let's be fucking real. Coca de Coco, thank you for the 521 gift subs. That's not going to fucking happen. That's 20 million right off the boat on the last special alone before we even get into the marketing budget that was put behind this. So I don't fucking know about that. That's a lot of money to be given to pro-trans content.
1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second, 111.
Invest in multiple trans creators to make both scripted and unscripted programs across genres. Revise internal processes on commissioning and releasing potential harmful, sensitive content, including but not limited to involving parties who are part of the subject community and can speak to potential harm or consulting with third-party experts and vendors. Increase the ERG role in conversations around potentially harmful content and ensure that we have the best class regional support on complicated intersectional diversity issues. Hire trans and non-binary content executives, especially BIPOC, in leading positions. Employee relations and safety. Recruit trans people, especially BIPOC, for leadership roles in the company. Director, VP, etc., and promote an inclusive environment for them. Allow employees to remove themselves from previous company promotional content, e.g., allyship and diversity videos. Eliminate references of imagery to transphobic titles or latent or talent inside the workplace, including but not limited to murals, posters, room names, swag. Harm reduction. Acknowledge the harm and Netflix is responsibly. Yeah, I mean, this is rad lib shit. Okay? Sorry. Like, a lot of this stuff is rad lib stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay?
PP.
Because it's like, it's all like the material restitution part makes sense. But then it's like, you know, acknowledge the harm Netflix has done is like, okay, like, sure. Yeah, there's some reasonable demands in there, and then there's some fucking lib shit in there. So, Hasan, you are a rad lib, lol. Says Sabine. Hasan says red on authority. Who the fuck says nothing burger? Lamau, holy shit, Reddit brain. Take a time out. Anyway, as I was saying, radical liberalism is literally harm reduction. So yeah, duh, lol. Yeah. There are some chatters that are asking what BIPOC means. BIPOC is the new POC, okay? Black and indigenous people and people of color. That's what BIPOC is. And the reason for why they changed that designation, which, like, I don't really give a shit about, to be honest. It's no skin off my bones, ultimately, to say it, even though it is kind of odd. But the reason why is because black people and indigenous people have faced a unique amount of struggles. So it's basically that the reason why they do that is so, you know, Asian people coming from like wealthier backgrounds or whatever can't just say the N-word and get away with it or some shit. I think that's what it is. It's like that. You know what I mean?
I hope you
and then turn around and be like, I'm POC. I'm using like the absolute worst fucking it's absolutely the worst possible, like most reductive argument I could have made, but it's something like that. It is an American thing. They won't understand that you're joking. Yeah, I mean, I'm fucking being like, you know, I'm not being serious. But I mean, that's not like for example, I have a actual distaste for Latinx. I think it's fucking ridiculous.
Winning a streamy would bring another 1 week discourse on the timeline, lol.
Okay. I don't like the Latinx designation is not one that I will use because I don't want to look like a fucking clown ass as a white dude when I'm talking to Latino people. You know what I mean? Unless the person I'm talking to is, you know, Latino themselves and wants to be referred to as Latinx, in which case I will use it gladly. I don't care. Right? But you know, from what I understand, Chicanos, Hispanics, Latinos, they are not too fond of Latinx. Like straight the fuck up. Do not like it. So I'm not gonna make myself look like a fucking clown for no reason. You know what I mean?
When do I get my house?
So, regardless, so that's like rad lib shit too. Whatever. yeah, I mean, I think some of these demands are like mega reasonable for the record. Rehiring the person that they fired is also pretty fucking solid. It would be good. Acknowledge the harm. Add a disclaimer before transphobic titles, specifically flag transphobic language, misogyny, homophobia, hate speech, etc. is required. Boost promotion for disclosure and other trans-affirming titles on the platform. Suggest trans-affirming content alongside other content flags and stress. So like this sort of stuff, I think is ridiculous. Like I don't care about it ultimately. I don't think it's like a make or break kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like flagging content as potentially harmful and transphobic. Yeah, okay. It's just like I'm never gonna see it. My brain literally will never see that. And most of your brains will literally never see that either. And I don't know how else to describe it other than just like it's silly, but who cares? Just fuck it, do it. Who cares? It's not like a demand that is oh my god, this is going to fucking change Netflix so dramatically. Damn, Hasan, I used to think I was so far away from your thinking, but this is one of those things where I completely agree. Like, just don't want to look like a total clown while still standing by my core values. It's just like, it's like a silly bitch request, okay? It's silly bitch, but what are you going to do?
She is queen and she is based. Please only do positive coverage of the beautiful red-headed Queen Jen Psaki. She is based and only based fans like her.
Can we listen to the Black Trans Women One Time organizer of the Netflix walkout? I'm going to literally fucking digitally headbutt people who keep linking this person's profile, okay? Like, listen to what, dude? I clicked on the fucking Instagram page. You're just linking me a person's Instagram page. Listen to them by what? Looking at this person's Instagram page? Shut the fuck up. Jesus fucking, just Christ. Oh my God, dude. Shut up. It's like, why don't you listen to the trans people? It's like, okay, well, then show me the demand, okay? Because I am quite literally looking at a list of demands that the organizers have put together. So in that circumstance, if you're like, we need to hear from the trans person themselves, then send me a video instead of just a fucking Instagram page. Fuck. Fuck, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway.
10-month capitalist house pog.
Does the echo in the house make it weird? Yes, it does.
Pog.
What's your opinion on trigger warnings? Again, I don't give a shit, but I do them regardless. It literally is not a ridiculous demand or anything like that. Sometimes I get mad because like people will like post hoc be like, why didn't you do a trigger warning? And it's like, shut the fuck up. Okay. Shut your stupid fucking mouth. Bro, I said, I want to hear from the demands. And this person sent me a 4-hour, is it 3 minutes or is it 4? Is it? Yeah. A 4-hour video. I'm done. Guys, today I'm going to be platforming trans folks instead for the Netflix Dave Chappelle special. We're going to just, do a 4-hour stream where I watch that. Okay.
I chat Pete the Hasan.
Like, I'm not doing that. Okay. I'm moving on. Here's what she said. Summarize these nuts full video. There are studies that show that trigger warnings make people more triggered. I mean, I've heard that, like, for me, I literally feel like when I used to do the murder stuff and I would put a trigger warning, I feel like that's branding. When you do trigger warnings on like murder content, people want to come in and watch. You're like, ooh, trigger warning. I wonder what it is. Ooh, like it literally has the opposite fucking. It has the opposite effect. For the most part.
Good shit, man. Hassle.
In general, you're right, but we really do need a trigger warning before Ted Cruz is on screen. It's just common decency. I try my very best to do that.
15 months hoggers.
Like, trigger warnings for pussies, especially epilepsy warnings. Shaking my head. A good one, dude. Come on, people don't know that you're being fucking sarcastic.
Pog.
It's for trans people, Hasan. What, the trigger warning? I don't understand. Like, all trigger warnings are just for trans people? Is it TW stands for trans warning? We're talking about trigger warnings. Mobile viewer, probably. Oh, yeah.
Happy for you, Hasan.
Anyway.
I've moved 3 times, and once you get into it, it'll be fun.
She really fired just because of being trans? Netflix, Rolex, Black dude for Achilles? What? No. The person wasn't fired for being trans. The person was, in my suspicion is the person was fired for facilitating like facilitating an internal walkout and like organizing against the executives. Executives fucking hate that shit. Okay? Let's be real. Anyway. So we talked about that, and let's hear from one of the protesters at the Bro, Team Turf, hashtag Team Turf.
Could you tell me why you're here today and what your sign says?
Well, I'm union, and I'm here in solidarity with the Netflix employees who are standing up for their rights and standing up for workplace democracy. I'm here to stand up for the black trans people who Dave Chappelle has belittled and erased. I'm here to stand up for the black pregnant person who Netflix fired for standing up to them. None of us are free until all of us are. Workers deserve to be heard when they speak out. They deserve to be listened to and followed when they explain why the products they're being asked to make are dangerous. Trans talent deserves equal representation at Netflix. Netflix needs to stop profiting from lazy transphobia and start telling our clear stories. And that's why I'm here today, because none of us are free until all of us are.
What do you think of the people behind you with the kind of pro-transphobia signs?
I think they're a great backdrop.
So that's the point, by the way. This is why this shit sucks. Like, people who are like, dude, Dave Chappelle was not being fucking transphobic at all. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, totally. That's why all of the fucking biggest freaks in the media that we routinely rip into are like unconditionally offering support and solidarity to Dave Chappelle while being like, man, he's just so funny. It's like he's literally being used by some of the most racist, awful, transphobic motherfuckers on the planet, okay?
Sick.
That's it. That's what's going on. And if you don't see that, you are delusional. I'm sorry.
I'd encourage them to talk to the people here, learn about.
Before complaining, you should really watch the special. Yeah, I'm just gonna start saying that I never watched the special just to fucking trigger people. I never watched the special, and I'm just mad. I'm just mad at Dave. Like, I'm just mad at Dave. He hurt my feelings. Is that good? Is that what you want to hear? Fucking idiot. I watched the special. I did. I don't know why people keep. Seems like you didn't, to be honest. Okay. I've talked about this extensively. I have an entire fucking video on this subject. You are very welcome to go and watch my coverage on it. Okay. You are more than welcome to go watch that while you're banned for the duration of your ban. You can just like play that over and over again on repeat.
Let's go, Elon cucked.
Was it funny? No, that was, for me, I'm a privileged motherfucker, okay? I'm cis, I'm heterosexual, I'm white passing.
Smiling face
so
with hearts.
Not much gets to me, okay, personally. Not much, like, robs me of my humanity, you know what I mean? People will try to be like, oh, you're a sand monkey, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, fuck them. It doesn't matter. So, for me, if we're looking at it, like if I just compartmentalize exclusively as a watcher of content who is not quote unquote harmed or whatever the fuck by anything, it just was not a good special. Okay. So even on that end, even on that fucking end, okay, if you're just like a white dude who loves Dave Chappelle, or a black dude who loves Dave Chappelle, like a cis person who loves Dave Chappelle, and you watch that and you said to yourself, like, man, that was so fucking fire, you are lying to yourself. It was a fucking mid special. And I know this is subjective, right? Comedy is very personal, it's very subjective. But like, I can literally point to things to show you in a universal capacity that if you are somewhat of a leftist or somewhat progressive and like enjoyer of edgy content regardless, you should recognize that it was mid as fuck. It was hyper hacky. If your content resembles a Steven Crowder special, if Steven Crowder made a comedy special, it would look kind of like Dave Chappelle. There were some really funny moments in there that Steven Crowder would not be able to get to. But like,
Hasan, you're nominated for a streaming
you
award.
would literally, you could have Greg Gutfeld of Fox News make similar fucking jokes about trans people. So sorry, even as like someone who is not personally impacted by Dave Chappelle's rhetoric or commentary, I can say as a gigantic Dave Chappelle fan that this was hacky as fuck. And I hold Dave Chappelle, who I personally believe is one of the greatest comedians of our fucking generation, to a higher standard. If Bill Burr came out, who I love Bill Burr. If he came out and like tomorrow his special was all like, man, cancel culture, am I right? What's going on with these fucking trans people, huh? What's happening? What's up? What's going on there? They're fucking weird, right? Like if he did that, I'd be like, come on, dude. Like, don't do that. It's, you know, what the fuck? You're Bill Burr. You're not supposed to be fucking crying about this like hacky ass shit. But it wasn't like that. It absolutely was like that. Okay?
Pogo Arjan, I love this community.
I don't know how the fuck people don't see this and how they don't recognize this, but I'm tired of like constantly fucking rehashing the same points over and over again about the special. So it doesn't really matter. Go watch my fucking YouTube video on it. I have a YouTube video on it. But even on like the lightest, faintest of fucking criticism that you can apply to this is just like an old person fucking ranting about trans people. That's it.
Fortnite Kennedy.
Which sucks. Like, I would have expected Dave Chappelle to be able to make like a fucking fire special, especially if he took the time out and like truly understood what trans people go through, their experiences. Like, I'm saying that like I'm not saying, you know, trans people are off limits. Okay. I'm not saying that at all. But good comedy comes from a place of understanding. Good comedy comes from recognizing the plight that people go through and being able to like dismantle that perfectly and show it to the rest of the world. That's what you do. That's what you do when you're a great fucking comic. And Dave Chappelle was that, okay, and has done that. And there's some mid jokes in Dave Chappelle's career too. Like I talked about this yesterday. Like Clayton Bigsby, if he's at the height, then Tyrone Biggums is like literally the fucking bottom, right? Like that's the range of like some of the greatest fucking humor and some like really bottom of the barrel shit. Whatever. Okay?
A year in the Pepe
Trans people don't even say we're off limits. Trans comedians make fucking fire jokes at each other's expense all the time. Exactly. But the difference there is that like you, as a trans person, perfectly understand like your experience and can do a really decent job at like unpacking that and explaining it. And Dave Chappelle is so brilliant that he would be able to do that as well. Okay? He would be able to do that, and he doesn't do it because who gives a fuck? Like, fuck trans people. That's it. That's literally the reason.
I can relate to it being a weird feeling.
Okay? I dare to say some of the trans jokes he made were edgy but good, but the trans people weird, am I right shit was just lazy? Yeah, exactly. Like, trans people have beyond pussy, like beyond meat pussy. That's like, if it's not tagged along to like, I'm a TERF, I'm team TERF, that in and of itself is funny. That's a good, Steven Crowder can't come up with that shit, okay? That's impossible meat pussy. Like, that's funny. That's funny. The issue is it's coming from Dave Chappelle, and it's literally in between, like, it's sandwiched in between, like, some of the least funny things you could ever fucking say, which is like, ha, I'm Team Turf. You know what I mean?
This
So,
one
like,
is a banger
it's
FR.
there. He has an opportunity. He literally could make like really fucking solid jokes about trans people, and when he tries, he does. Anyway, so that's what I've said so many times.
About us, see us, understand us, engage with us emotionally the way they would with someone they cared about. It's not okay to treat trans people as statistics. It's not okay to treat trans people as abstractions. We are human beings. We deserve to be understood.
4 months
We deserve
for
to
his
be.
new house.
I agree. You shouldn't have said Team Turf, but you just saying you didn't find it funny doesn't make it so. Dude, look, this is such a silly conversation that I will always win. Because we all know, I'm
Just
honest
trying to
about
help
this,
pay
okay?
rent.
If you ever ask someone to re-describe a fucking joke, it's never going to be funny. So ultimately, if I were to sit here and be like, explain to me, I'm going to pull you in right now. Explain to me, break down a joke and explain to me why it was funny. That's over. You're never going to be able to do that. You will never be able to deliver the jokes. Even if they're fucking hilarious, you'll never be able to deliver jokes, especially if it's a joke that doesn't even fucking land. But like saying I'm Team Turf, there's nothing. That's just, he's just saying that. Okay. As someone who is a major fan of fucking comedy and listens to some really fucking edgy shit too, I get that. Like, you can absolutely fucking cut things and make it, even if you write down a fucking bit, it's never going to be funny. You write down a
15
bit,
months.
it's no longer funny.
OMG, what am
You
I doing with
explain
my
a bit,
life?
it is over, okay? You cut a bit, it's no longer funny. If you force someone to explain a bit, it's done, okay? You will never be able to make anyone laugh at anything while you're explaining it.
Mansion sucks.
So, you know, it's just silly.
Listen to when we explain why we're being hurt.
New house.
And
New
it's
house.
particularly
It's the
important
new house.
that all of us speak out because of the epidemic of violence against trans people in this country, and particularly the epidemic of violence against black transgender
4
women
months, baby.
and other transgender women of color. None of us are free until all of us are, and
Yeah,
One
okay, the Chuz just showed up. Oh, let's go. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I do too. I'm willing to bet that I like jokes more than that guy, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm willing to bet that I like jokes a lot more than that guy, okay? For example, I'm not jokingly literally taking time out of my fucking day to make a fucking placard that says jokes are funny to go counter protest an employee walk out of Netflix. Like, this motherfucker himself is the joke, okay? That's the punchline. You as a person, you are the joke, right? Let me tell you something. That's why I'm upset. And that's why I fucking hate like cancel culture, because nobody likes it. It's always used as like, as though it's a leftist tool. Okay. Nobody can like perfectly describe what it is. And not only that, but worst of all, it is destroyed all of these like brilliant fucking comics that were really fucking funny at some point, because now they're all rich boomers who can't shut the fuck up about cancel culture, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
2 months
It's like your
now.
entire
Enjoy
bit.
the Bezos bucks.
Like, I'm on Twitch, okay? So I see it every fucking day. Like, it drastically changes my product. If you're a fucking comedian, you are literally 11 steps removed from the people that have to take time out of their day to come see your fucking special or come see you at a comedy club to like yell at you and heckle you. Motherfuckers, all it takes for me is just someone who wants to like heckle, come in here, do it all day, every goddamn day, okay? And even I don't fucking cry about it as much as you do. Holy shit. But even then, it's ruined my fucking content too, because I'm getting canceled every fucking week. So we're constantly talking about the same old shit over and over again. Sucks.
We like jokes. We like
Yeah, I saw this. I saw the We Like Dave when I was driving by. I was like, what the fuck?
House is kind of like he is a sucker by the
Dave's a very funny guy. I like his jokes. I like Dave. I like Dave.
What the fuck is going on, dude? Bro, what is going on? The fucking the ASL translator just jumped up to fucking
W.
start signing the counter protester. What the fuck? What is happening, dude? Yo, liberalism is so weird.
Hi.
I'm just gonna say, like, you probably don't have to do it. You probably don't have to sign this, dude. Okay, like.
12 fucking months WTFFFF.
Are you saying the ASL shouldn't get to know the hoggery? I think there's something very funny about being so inclusive and wanting to like make sure that people can hear everything that's going on, that you have like an on-the-spot ASL interpreter, okay, who then jumps up to like fucking interpret the disruptive hog.
3 best months.
If you can't see the fucking joke in that, where like this is like a Dave Chappelle joke, when keeping it real goes wrong, this is the opposite of that. When keeping it lib goes wrong. She's about to sign language the N-word over here, like when he fucking pops off. What the fuck? That's funny.
I like him. I like his jokes. I'm in charge of the protest now. I'm in charge.
Yeah, I mean, this dude is literally just being like, I'll fucking do a hog interpretation here, because some of you, I mean, you might be deaf and you need ASL, but a lot of you are, you know, hard to understand. A lot of you can't comprehend like hog language. So let me fucking translate it to English, okay? So what this hog is doing here, he's saying, I want to be on television. I like the prospect of having 15 minutes of fame. I would like to make sure that I'm triggering the libs.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Woo! I got a stick. Jokes matter. Jokes matter. Jokes matter.
Jokes matter. I'm here to fucking defend jokes.
9 months, baby.
Oh, that's funny. It's so great. Reactionaries are so funny at like adopting random shit and then being like, "Wow, you stand in opposition against that? That's crazy." Yeah, dude, I'm big on anti-joke. You know, I'm a big anti-joke guy. Who the fuck?
Hello, Hasan.
Who the absolute fuck is like, I hate jokes? Well, actually, there are some people. There are some people in here that are like that.
Hello, new houses and love you.
They get fucking mad at me. I think everyone gets a little anti-joke. When I think about it, like, when you fucking hate someone, you are anti-joke. Like, you automatically become blinded by your fucking hatred for the person or what you believe they believe, you know, their values, and that turns you into an anti-joke person. So when I joke, people are like, I can't believe he's being serious about this.
Don't cancel Dave. Don't cancel Dave. Don't cancel Dave. Don't cancel Dave.
It's so funny. It's like, don't cancel Dave, bro. You literally, this guy doesn't know you. He doesn't care about you. You took time out of your fucking day to literally go to the Netflix headquarters to counter protest like an employee walkout. This is a conversation happening between Netflix and their, like, Netflix executives and their own employees. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna go defend Dave
Proud and
Chappelle. Like,
happy to see your
motherfucker,
success, Has.
don't worry. Like, Dave Chappelle is protected. Okay, he's untouchable. Like, you're nuts. This is stan behavior. Now, of course, the difference is stans oftentimes are like 14 to like fucking 25 max. Okay, these motherfuckers are like 40 and divorced, and they're like, yeah, that's right. Right, I'm a 40-year-old victim of divorce court, and I love Dave Chappelle's humor. He talks like I do. Compare Dave Special to Bo Burnham, and it becomes so clear Chappelle's wasn't funny. I mean, Bo Burnham's wasn't like all that funny either. Bo Burnham's was like more devastating than anything. Literal fucking turfs in the flesh. I'm sure that Twitter has tons of reportable.
Trans lives matter. Trans lives matter. Trans lives matter. Trans lives matter. Trans lives.
Team Turf. The Roman Drake chud is here. Wait, what? What is that? Who the fuck is Roman Drake? No, I loved Bo's special, but it was, I wouldn't say it was like supposed to be funny. I think it was more supposed to be like insightful. There's mostly media, maybe 100 people here supporting trans lives, 3 or 4 chuds, and 4 to 6 turfs. Ashley Mary Peterson says he wished I Chappelle for a dialogue, but he wasn't interested.
When we've invited you to be a part of the repair that it takes to be able to not only heal culture, but to...
Bro, who is Ashley Mary Peterson? Like, I know it's this person, but like, who is she? Does she work at Netflix or something? I'm unclear what this outfit. Shit, I almost fucking spilled my Monster Energy drink everywhere. I do wonder how you deal with the constant voices of hatred every day. I personally do not need everyone to like me, but even still, I'm not sure I could handle everyone constantly picking apart my every word to justify why they dislike you so much. Does it affect you greatly? Sometimes, yes, it really does. It actually does fucking hurt my soul a little bit when it gets to a certain level. But one of the local people, I guess, she's an activist. What is this? She was on TYT. Okay. Wasn't she against Bernie? She was a Warren surrogate that Jank accidentally had on panels. Accidentally. Why the fuck? It's all right, man. That shit will get to anyone. With cultural racism in America and the hardship of solving white on black racism or any color on color racism in general, do you think that people of color that identify differently than birth genders, trans, or any other identification will continue to struggle even longer to gain equal rights? Yes. A lot of people wouldn't admit to that. Yeah, because, well, first of all, I mean,
like if you see your
I don't want you guys to fucking think I'm like an asshole, but sometimes I'm in a bad mood, literally, because like, yeah, the hatred, the never-ending sea of like constant fucking hatred that is like hidden as or under a patina of like moralizing criticism or addressing hypocrisies when it's just straight up, it's like ethics in video game journalism shit. Okay. The Gamergate is turned into the HasanAbi gate for some people, not like a large enough part of the internet. Luckily, it will never get there. But like, it is literally the same shit. They're like, oh, we're just curious, or we're just trying to hold you accountable, or I don't know what just fucking got unplugged.
New
Holy
house
shit!
1 year so poggers.
Oh my. And it's like it's not. You're not trying to do that. You're literally just doing that to fucking
Pog and ho.
You're doing that because you just fucking despise me, and it's just fine. Like, people just realize during those times that grifting equals profit. So
it's my house too.
As I was saying, I honestly have no idea how you handle it on a daily basis. I handle it because of you guys, dude. That's why.
9 months.
There's two reasons. One, because I got so fucking used to like I'm dull to the hatred and criticism now, because I hear it so much. But then two, because of you guys, that I have a community that I can rely on, that I can go back to. It's a new way for people on Twitter to go semi-viral. It gets a lot of engagement with no meaningful result. Yeah, I think so too. So that's where a lot of this comes from.
The stream looks so different. Embarrassed smiley face.
Anyway. How can you be dull to it and it affects you at the same time? I mean, I have built a tolerance that is far greater than most people would expect, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a way of like breaking through that shield that I've built for myself, especially when I'm literally fucking dealing with people like yourself who come in here to think that like, even in a moment of like brutal honesty, this is an opportunity for you to like catch me in a fucking hypocritical stance. You know what I mean? Like you're exclusively in here, and there are a lot of people like you, but you yourself are exclusively in here to fucking do that. Like you're literally in here. You've only written 4 fucking times, and the only joke or the only reason for why you're in here is that you can catch me on my fucking, catch me with my guard up and like maybe be able to just pinch through the chink in the armor, and that's why you're here. You've been here for 3 fucking years, probably like one of your throwaway sock accounts. You know what I mean?
Literally, I have been waiting for you 2 years to play Disco Elysium. Wait.
Like, that's why, though. That's why. And there are a lot of people like you. Like, there are a lot of people like you who are, like, pathologically obsessed. And I hope that they will fucking find some comfort in their lives eventually one day. But that comfort comes from, just logging off. Or never coming here again. You know?
I did come.
Anyway, not to be a JC Andy, but isn't trans lives matter a little weird in this context? Someone told me that white trans people using trans lives matter is the same thing Dave meant.
Pog.
What? Why? Trans lives do matter. They are an actually marginalized group. The only difference between like trans lives matter and white lives matter is that white lives matter, or blue lives matter, is that there's no oppression towards cops, okay? And there's no oppression towards white people on the virtue of their whiteness. So there's a difference between people saying trans lives matter. And in many instances, they don't even just say trans lives matter. They say black trans lives matter.
8 months. I can feel the Twitch brain rot setting in Hasan.
Anyway. Okay.
I smile.
Okay, so that's going on with the Netflix walkout. Elon Musk is like actually a fucking socialist. Here, listen.
All of us for. And so, that being said, I'm here today to talk to the people that signed the check. Because Dave Chappelle doesn't have the capacity or the power to sign his own check. It is about Netflix. And more importantly, it isn't just about Netflix, it's about a corporate culture that manipulates the algorithmic sciences to distort the way that we perceive ourselves and one another. It is the emergence of hate economy, of corporations profiting and making money off of us getting at one another's throats.
Dude, I don't know what's going on here, but like, there's just something really off about like, does that person work at Netflix? Like, what's happening? Are there like an outside activist that organized internally with Netflix? Like, I don't know. I mean, ultimately, it's for the greater good, so I'm not gonna say anything. But like, there is definitely something that's like a little weird about The mayor of West Hollywood's here? What the fuck?
Delegate, the mayor pro tem of the city of
They're in Hollywood, not in West Hollywood. Anyway.
Okay.
I don't know. Something about it just like doesn't. I don't watch a lot of Twitch streamers, but I came here from H3 and your content has helped me a lot in a couple weeks to sort through a lot of my opinions and think deeper on political issues. It's also an interesting platform in a way that forced me to look closer at my other parasocial issues like people. Yeah. My mayor, dog. Pro-free speech is most completely analogous to pro-free marketing. It incorrectly assumes the hegemonic ideology for monopolizing corporations can be combated by enabling it more. Yeah. This is wild. When Kramer said the N-word, where were his free speech defenders? Yeah, I don't get it. Why didn't they, I don't know, combat that free speech with more free speech? Oh, that's right. It's because we all fucking understand that there's a certain number of things that you can't say that go beyond the scope of free speech. Now, of course, that protection, I guess, or that understanding does not fucking, it does not capture trans people. And a lot of the people here and a lot of the trans people that like get upset over this sort of stuff are literally saying that, please give us, give us a little bit more protection in the culture when the overwhelming majority is straight the fuck up. The overwhelming majority and the normative position is that like trans people are strange, right? And that is, is seen as a fucking acceptable and reasonable joke. Anyway. I'm sure, though, if Kramer said the N-word in the same exact way that he did now, there would be defenders of him.
West Hollywood, and I'm also an elected delegate for Assembly District 50 to the California Democratic Party. I want to thank Ashley Marie Preston, who is an incredible activist, woman, and hero, and Trans Lifeline, and all the folks who have worked hard to organize this walkout and rally. And I want to thank everyone who's here in support and all the trans and non-binary folks that came here, because I know how dangerous it is every time you step out of your home. I am honored to be speaking in support of our transgender siblings today. I have a message for the Netflix CEO. We appreciate that you admitted that you screwed up, and you definitely did screw up. But admitting that and not creating change does nothing. Now is the time to make substantive changes by listening to the asks that are made today and making sure that you do them. And if you have any doubts about the asks,
Dude, this is also funny though. Wouldn't you rather just have people be able to say whatever they want so we can zone in on the idiots and ostracize them? Motherfucker, these are people literally zoning in on an idiot and ostracizing him. And no, many people are like, no, you can't do that actually. We want free speech, but not that kind of free speech, as a matter of fact. I hate the fact that you're using your free speech by ostracizing someone. So no, that's the hilarious part about this, is that the only person who saw material harm in this situation was a person who said within this corporation that we are all supposedly in favor of free speech for, I'm using my free speech to say, I don't like what you did there. And then they got fucking fired. And there are still people, instead of like coming there and being like, why are you firing this person? That's really fucked up, Netflix. They're literally like, the person that was not even remotely harmed in this situation and only like got free marketing for their stand-up special, that's the person who's still the real victim here. And that's fucked up. How do you not see that? Like how? How do you not fucking see that? Especially if you're in this community. Okay? And like, this doesn't mean like all Dave Chappelle's old work is like shitty or whatever. Thread is breaking because I try to upload too many videos. Okay, I want to see some of these freaks though. Other than the activists, I want to see like the actual chud freaks that are out here. This person is saying chud and stuff like that, but doesn't follow me. I wonder if they fucking also despise me. Now, that's how I feel. Whenever I see like a leftist content creator, I'm like, this person probably fucking hates me. Netflix chose Chappelle over their employee. Not exactly shocking. Anyway. Okay. I thought they fired the LGBTQ Netflix employee for a completely different reason. Netflix claimed that the original reason was because they leaked internal documents. Okay. And even then, there should be a conversation around whether that's appropriate or not. What I suspect is because the employee personally literally said that they were worried about internal documents getting leaked and to not do that. Netflix says that they are the reason why internal documents leak, so they're fired. But regardless, why the fuck are you siding with Megacorp?
Can't believe it's been 4 months. Stay pog.
Like, that's so stupid. The free speech defenders in the chat literally turning around and being like, no, the Megacorp is actually right here. You should never leak internal documents. Got it.
Hi chat, how's our new house?
Anyway.